Said, hey Dave, quick question. Will we see boyfriend without a hat in the future? Yeah, we will. Rocky the Pocky $50 said, how old is Otis in this? Since he has a backpack, I assume he was a high school senior, 17 to 18. When I was drawing it, I was assuming like 18, like a year younger than Pico. But I saw Mr. Gak Enzo, thought it was charming for him to be 17. So you can say that his is 17. The one we have in the game is 18, I feel like. Or we can always roll with the universal 17. He's such a quick cameo character that it's not something I would put a lot of thought into. But I always intended him for to be younger than Pico, so I know that much. Nilla VA3K to the dollar said, hey Dave, I've got 2 questions for you. Will there be more focus on animated cutscenes for weeks going forward? And also, if you had to give one word for week 8, what would it be? You guys just want me to fucking leak everything up to this shit. I want to answer the week 8 one. I feel like any word would just say too much. I can't think of one that's not a spoiler. But for the cutscenes, yeah, I mean, like, definitely cutscenes are going to be a big focus going forward. I feel like weekend 1 kind of set that up. Pyro K to $5 said, hey Dave, just want to say that you guys fucking killed it with the update, and you smiling all the way through. Also, any chance we can even get a tiny crumb regarding week 8? Listen, week 8 it's next up. The crumbs will come. Just like hopefully everyone else will when week 8 comes out. But let's try and be patient a little bit. You guys already waited a billion fucking years, but we're getting close. Let's not spoil the cake so yet. The cake so far, but yet to come for what will be week 8. Let's see. Straight raised to the dollar and said, hi Dave, thank you for bringing back Facecam like I asked a year ago. Love you. Also, I'll be waiting patiently for Winter Horrorland Erect. I am patient. Yo, we have Winter Horrorland Erect, and it's tasty, and I love it. So I'm excited. Baldrick tipped $10. Volupski tipped $5 and said, yo Dave, if I can ask, are Skid and Pump still considered to be playable? I know plans have changed, and I kind of fear for them getting off the playable treatment. That's a tough one. I feel like when it comes to playable characters, since we changed it from being, I've said this before, but you know, originally it was skins, and now it's not skins. Now it's like you know, skins like this much work, doink, this much work, and then playable character is like this much work, huge crazy ass. So I feel like I can't say for now if they'll be playable characters. That is a plan that's kind of changed. I think, you know, I do know who the playable characters are in my head. I'm not going to say who the next one is, but I do know that, like, Hank is still, like, you know, planned for playable character. I do know that, like, Hank is still, like, you know, planned for playable character. I do know that there's another main character who I'd like to see be playable at some point. And I'd also kind of like to finish some main menus and all that crap and everything else, you know, first, just like main weeks. So, sorry if that breaks your heart. Sorry if that makes you want to jump off a building. What's next with FNF updates? Well, it's none other than week 8. Unless there's another update that's really small but cool that shows up before week 8. When are we gonna get a Pico plush? Soon. I promise. Valorant said, alright, real fucking question. When is the estimate time for week 8? I know you just released Pit Stop, but please. Oh, I've been burned so many times before answering these kinds of questions. Oh, you know I can't answer that. It won't be next year. It will be... there's so many things I want to say, but I just know that it's gonna bite me in the ass if I say it. So I just can't answer that. I just can't answer that. We're getting faster all the time, a little bit, don't you think? We're getting better at this. Tip $3 and said, "Yo, bro, can you tell us the main reason why Pit Stop 2 took so long? Also, do you expect Week 8 to take the same amount of time?" All right, I can answer that one. I'm hoping that the answer for that is no. But the answer why the pit stop took as long as it did is sort of related kind of to I mentioned that there might be a little update before Week 8. And we spent some time on that while we had the pit stop kind of mostly cooked up. $50 said, "Will Week 8 come out by the time Deltarune is released?" Unfortunately, no. I mean, that shit comes out like soon. Would you be able to shed some light on what Boyfriend's thoughts on the events at Pico's school are? As in, was he there for the shooting and how did it affect him? Boyfriend's thoughts on it is that it's fucked up. And that he's really not even sure how much of it is real or isn't real. He's definitely heard the whole thing from Pico. But then, you know, Pico starts talking about aliens and all sorts of shit. And then Boyfriend is just like... Is this guy just traumatized? Or what the fuck is he talking about? 2 questions, both regarding story mode. Weekend 1's title graphic is vastly different from the others, so will the others get a similar makeover? Also, is the story menu overhaul coming or nah? Always with the questions at you guys. I think the game needs a fresh look pretty soon, don't you think? That's all I'll say on that. There is a BF Blazin mix. We have that. And it's a guest composer. And it's a guest composer that I've seen people fight over. It makes me laugh. I'll say that much. We have BF Blazin's done already. We're choosing what to release at what time. I don't want to release all remixes at once and stuff. So it's like we have a ton that we just haven't put out. I can't wait to put that one out. I love Blazin' Boyfriend mix. Anything jungle, I love. I mean, we're sitting here watching fucking... Can I point to it right? No, wait. We sit and watch the Deco all day at every stream. Toby Fox. Oh, it's not Toby Fox. I'm sorry, you sweet boy who said that. You sweet child. It's not him. I wish. Oh wait, we're not gonna...
Você pensa que o Flamengo é time? Fala sério. Flamengo não é time, não. Eu tô na porta daí. O time é o Vasco da Gama. Olha isso. O Flamengo é seleção, porra! Uma vez.